When God came down into the Garden of Eden to investigate the fall of Adam and Eve, he put several questions to Adam and to Eve. To Adam he said in Genesis 3 verse 9, "Where art thou?" And in verse 11, "Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee thou shouldst not eat?" And to Eve he said in verse 13, "What is this that thou hast done?" When Cain killed Abel, God said to Cain in Genesis 4 verse 10, "What hast thou done?" You will observe that God did not say to Adam, "What has Eve done to you?" Nor did he say to Eve, "What did your husband do to you?" Nor did he say to the serpent, "What did Adam's family do to you?" Or to Cain, "What did Abel do to provoke you to murder?" God called each one to personal accounting. What did you do? My dear friend, personal accountability is required by God. In the judgment, you do not take someone with you in order that God might investigate or question that person. You stand alone and God asks you, he asks me, give an account of what you've done. What does this have to do with the Sabbath? In the Sabbath commandment we read, "In it thou shalt not do any work." Then comes a list of 7 things or people. "Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate." A list of 7, and the very first one is thou. It is you. In other words, when you read the Sabbath commandment, what will you do? When you hear "thou shalt not steal," what will you do? If you're convicted to stop withholding God's tithe, what will you do? If you are in a broken relationship with a friend or a loved one, what will you do to initiate reconciliation? The burden is always, my friend, on you, not on someone else. Begin with you. God requires this. What will you do? What have you done as you've listened week after week to these messages? My dear friends, God requires you to make a decision, not in consideration of what others do, but he requires you to choose to keep the Sabbath holy. May the Lord bless you, doubly bless your children as you make a choice to obey God and keep the Sabbath holy. Happy Sabbath. God bless you and doubly bless your children.